All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 100 and I don't know weight division, as it appears that Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach will not be fighting next, and that Gervonta Davis, has another much more lucrative fight that he is going to take, and some people are going to call it a duck. And hey, man, it might just be one. But let's talk about what's going on with Gervonta Davis and Jake Paul in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, man, Gervonta Davis is getting me in trouble here by my guy, Big Dog Willie. Shout out to my subscriber, one of my favorite subscribers, Big Dog Willie, who is always in my super chats talking about Gervonta Davis will be fighting Jake Paul. Well, if you believe Eddie Hearn, that looks like it might be the case. But before I get into it, let me welcome you back to the channel. If you are new to the channel, please accept my invitation to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you can be notified of when we release more videos. And if you're a longtime supporter of the channel, thank you guys so much. All right, so first things first, love Gervonta Davis as a fighter. Love him as a fighter. And there ain't no but about that. Love Gervonta Davis as a fighter. I was, like everyone else, waiting on the announcement of who Gervonta Davis is going to be fighting, when he's going to make the announcement of the Gervonta Davis versus Lamont Roach fight. Well, yesterday, Eddie Hearn came out and said that his understanding is that the fight is not going to be, that Gervonta Davis is not going to be fighting Lamont Roach, that Gervonta Davis is going to be fighting in an exhibition against Jake Paul. And then after that, Gervonta Davis is looking towards retirement. Now, for me, it is a funny thing to discuss because on the one hand, I know that Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach is a fight, a rematch that should take place, and that there was a draw, and that Lamont Roach believes he won. I thought Gervonta won, but if Gervonta Davis doesn't give him the rematch, it'll never get worked out, right? So this is a scenario where you can say, hey, Gervonta Davis ducked the rematch with Lamont Roach, and if it is true that he isn't going to fight Lamont Roach next, then that's a very valid thing to say. However, the insult itself is kind of like, I don't know, man, throwing a water balloon in the ocean or something. Like, shit, you'll see it, but it ain't gonna really matter for nothing. It don't affect anything. Because why is that? Because of the system that we have in boxing right now with all the celebrity stuff that people are able to, grab an audience for, these off kind of weird fights like Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, weird fights like Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou versus Anthony Joshua. Weird fights, man. Like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Conor McGregor. Weird fights, right? Probably that one was the start of it, right? But Ali was doing exhibitions too. I listened to an interview with him that he had given, and he said, yeah, I can make money on exhibitions. I can do 5-6 exhibitions and make a lot of money. I don't have to fight all the way out. I can do exhibitions. So, and Ali had done exhibitions, right? He did an exhibition. I did an exhibition against a Japanese wrestler. There was another one that he did with Lyle Alzado, a former Oakland Raider. And I know it's that Las Vegas Raiders now or whatever it is, but it was Oakland Raiders at the time. So all of the exhibitions are not anything that's new. And in fact, early boxing, I'm talking about early in the 1800s, late 1700s, 1800s. That's how, because boxing was illegal, that's how they made their money. After they had their illegal boxing matches, they would put on exhibitions and treat it as if those were plays, right? And not legitimate fights. It was a way to get around the law. So very well established thing that people do. That doesn't mean that's something that really hardcore boxing fans want to see, right? So if he's doing an exhibition against Jake Paul, that has got to be the biggest freak showy type of fight you can imagine, because Jake Paul is a heavyweight, right? Jake Paul is my size, right? Jake Paul's my size. And trust you me, Gervonta Davis is nowhere near my size. And Jake Paul is now an operable boxer. But I guess it kind of is going to wind up being, I'm telling you, it's going to wind up being like a sparring match. But people are going to be excited. People are going to pay to see the fight. And Gervonta Davis doing it is probably going to make Gervonta Davis a bigger star. It's going to make Jake Paul a bigger star. And I have to say, in the middle of this conversation, that Jake Paul has got to be considered one of the best promoters in the game. If he's actually able to pull this off, to go from Julio Cesar Chavez to Gervonta Davis. Hopefully Gervonta Davis won't get arrested by ICE after the fight, but it is what it is, man. But I know what's coming off this, right? It's going to be Gervonta's a duck. This is terrible. Nobody wants to see this fight. It's horrible. Don't do it. This is the end of the sport. And then guess what? Devin Haney is going to want to fight Jake Paul right after that. So it is what it is, man. It's a way that things are going in the sport of boxing hey, man, it is got to take the good with the bad, right? Jake Paul, for me, is a guy that I did not like when he first came out, because it was Jake Paul, it was KSI and Tommy Fury and all of that stuff, right? And I just kind of didn't get it. Now I'm watching Jake Paul and what Jake Paul's doing with this card that's coming up tomorrow with Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. You got Alyssa Baumgartner on the card. Shadeja Green is on the card, fighting, what is my girl's name from Savannah Marshall? She's fighting Savannah Marshall. Man, it's all kind of really good fights on that card. All kind of great fights on that card. And if Jake Paul didn't get his name behind it, that none of those things would be taking place. So I don't know, man. I've been critical of Jake Paul. I'm not excited about Gervonta Davis doing an exhibition with Jake Paul at all. I'm not excited about it. I will tell you, though, that I will buy it, because I'm going to support Gervonta Davis and what Gervonta Davis does. Just like I'm going to support this Jake Paul in this card, this MVP card that they got coming up tomorrow night, which is an all-female card that has got to be, man, it's a fantastic, fantastic card. You got Ramallah, even you got Ramallah Ali, who's on there. Man, it's going to be a lot of really, really good fights. I think it's also 2 undisputed fights, because Katie Taylor, I think, and Amanda Serrano, they're fighting for all the belts in that. And then obviously you've got the undisputed at lightweight, I believe, Alyssa Baumgartner. So, hey, man, the events turning out to be good. The Jake Paul fights are going to suck. I have a hard time believing that Gervonta Davis might try to go out there and try to hurt him. However, it's going to be interesting to see Jake Paul try to walk down Gervonta Davis and land shots, and Gervonta hit him in that gut a couple times, slip out. I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I'm going to take the good. I'll take the good with the bad, man. I'll take the good with the bad, but I'm not the biggest fan of it. I bet you better believe that there's going to be a lot of criticism on Gervonta Davis for doing it. But what difference would it make? Because no matter what Gervonta Davis did, Gervonta Davis got criticized for it. Gervonta Davis got criticized for the Lamont Roach fight in the first place, and said people saying they'd rather see him fight nobody at all than see him fight Lamont Roach. It's going to be very funny to see the exact same people who were saying those things about how they didn't want to see Lamont Roach, to see them screaming up and down about how Gervonta Davis is now ducking him. You're definitely going to hear it. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.